This weekend is the return of Johnny Bones Jones. I'm excited. Right enough, I'm really excited, but I'm unfortunately I've got a few things to say about Jon Jones. Right, obviously as a human being, terrible. As a fighter, he is, in my opinion, the greatest UFC fighter of all time. Not just because of his amount of title defenses or what age he became champion at 23. The fact that you can argue this about George St. Pierre. Johnny Bones Jones always finds a way to win, regardless of situation or circumstances outside the cage, and I think he's a terrible human being, right? I would never support him or be a fan of him. However, I'm going to be excited over the thought of him fighting because he's a joy to watch in the cage. He's 27-0. I know his record says 26-1, but we all know that one loss was a disqualification while he was battering the man, essentially. The man had nothing left. However, I'm picking Ciryl Gane. I don't know what it is, but, every single highlight we've seen of Jon Jones, it's from about 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, from back when he was 23. I feel like his last 3 performances have been extremely flat, and they were about 3 years ago now as well. People say, he was bored of the light heavyweights, but I don't think that was the truth. He was fighting so much, so you can't be bored. Maybe if he was fighting once a year, maybe he was a bit bored of fighting, or he didn't have that spark in him. But I feel like heavyweight's like a new, scarier challenge for him, and I think that will help him. The fact that it's a big, scary test. Someone like Ciryl Gane, who's terrifying, a terrifying human being, who moves very well for a heavyweight. But I just feel Jones is going to go in there. He's going to kind of have his fingers out. He's going to be like waiting, and then we could try and get a little trip. Something like this, hold him up against the cage, maybe a little bit knee him, find a way to win the way he does. A lot of people are picking him by submission. Gane, I think, weighed in 5 pounds heavy, 0.5 of a pound heavier than him, so there's nothing in it. They're practically the same weight, which is incredible. Like both 248 or something like that. For a heavyweight fight, it's very exciting. However, truly, I feel Ciryl Gane is going to knock him out in round 2 or 3. I feel like Jones will be flat. I feel like he'll be probably winning, maybe get a takedown in the first, but then I just feel like he's going to maybe be coming into the clinch and just be like an uppercut left hook. It'll wobble him down to a knee, then Gane will just power him down and ground and pound finish him. I just think it'll be I think people need to stop remembering who Jon... It's the same with McGregor. People need to start remembering what he was and how famous he was, and kind of look at him now and think, you've been flat, you've looked really beatable, and now you're facing a new, scarier test, and a young, hungry individual like Ciryl Gane. He's like 31, 32 years of age. Heavyweight, very good footwork. But there's always the wrestling of Jon Jones. Now, I feel like he hasn't utilised that recently. He's been off for a few years. He's been sparring with Walt Harris, great person to spar with. A big, strong 300-pound man outside of camp. Perfect person to spar with, has the skills, has the technical ability, has that power, probably has that strong hips in the grappling. And he was tossing him over like a rag doll. So, Jon Jones has the skills. He's an incredible fighter. But even stuff like the eye pokes, the illegal knee against Anthony Smith, the groin shots against like Reyes or Santos, I feel like if Jones wants to win, he's going to have to play it slow and get him in the clinch, get him down. But I just feel like Ciryl Gane's going to catch him. I just feel like Gane will be... I was going to shock everybody. And I like the laxy-daisy approach Ciryl Gane has towards it. Oh, I barely train. I only train when I have fight coming. What can I say? I'm lazy. Compared to the, I just like that. I just like that. What can I say? I'm lazy. I feel like there's something about him, the kind of feeling of he knows something we don't. And he says, of course, I recognize him as the greatest of all time, but I'm excited to test myself, excited to put on a performance, knock him out. So, he's got this, little... I feel like he's going to... Jon Jones will be trying to march him down, and he'll just be, pawing at him, and he'll just... There's a nice little body shot, inside leg kicks as well. The skinny little legs of Jon Jones, inside leg kick, the calf. Haven't seen anybody use calf kicks. Now, I will say this about Jon Jones. He's not a good kickboxer, he's a trick boxer. And I kind of see that similarly in Sean O'Malley. he's a bit of a trick boxer. He's just that long rangey guy that can make himself come across as this unreal kickboxer, but it's more of the MMA style, which I call trick boxing. So it's kind of like the feints and the movement and just a one shot at a time approach. And I feel like Jon Jones will try and implement that on the feet as he does against Reyes, etc. And he did lose against Reyes. You know, he did lose to Reyes. But obviously people are ignoring that. It was a little while ago. That was his last fight before leaving, and it's just like, what can I say? You know, the man is coming to heavyweight. He looks good, and people are saying he looks fat. He doesn't look fat. You see him on the scale this morning. He looked strong. He looked powerful. He looked explosive. I'm ready for a good fight. He always finds a way to win, and everybody's predicting that he'll win. You know, but I just can foresee Ciryl Gane doing it. I can just foresee Ciryl Gane catching him and putting him away. That's my opinion. You know, I completely can see Jon Jones winning as well. But if I had to put the two guys side by side, comparing last performances, comparing attitude, comparing overall skill set, Jon Jones probably has it. But I just feel like Ciryl Gane is here. He's a heavyweight. His movement will be a lot. Jon Jones' movement will be a lot. But I feel like Jones' shots are going to touch Ciryl Gane, but Ciryl Gane's, I think we're going to see a visual impact of his shots. For example, an inside leg kick of Ciryl Gane, I'll put Jones's leg to the side. You know, a tapping leg kick from Jones, I'll tap Gane's leg. An inside leg kick on the calf of Jon Jones, I'll put his leg to the side. Little things like that. And I just feel like that'll be the difference within this one. But honestly, I'm really excited to see Jon Jones back. I hope Jon Jones gets it done. In all honesty, I hope he just shows everybody, like, look, I was a bit flat before, but now I'm back and I'm king of the heavyweights. But I feel like anybody else in the top 5, I think Jon Jones beats. I think he beats Curtis Blades. That's very close though. That's the only other guy that I feel like he beats. Derek Lewis. He beats. I feel like he beats Tuivasa. I feel like he beats Sergey Pavlovich. Ciryl Gane, I think, gives him problems. Tom Aspinall, I don't want to give a prediction on that. I think he beats Volkov. I think he beats. I think he struggles with Stipe. However, we haven't seen Stipe in a few years now, since losing to Ngannou, and like he's a full-time firefighter now, not part-time anymore. So I don't know if he's going to come back. He doesn't speak much on social media. The only time we've really heard him recently is when the Gane-Jones fight was announced. I'm excited for Ciryl Gane to be back in the cage as well. I haven't seen him since his last fight against Tuivasa in Paris, and that was we've seen him get hurt, we've seen him come back from it, and I just feel like Tuivasa has more power than Jon Jones. I feel like Jon Jones is tough and explosive and he'll crack, but he doesn't have, I still don't believe he'll have that lights out power. I feel like the way he strikes is such like he doesn't use the full extension of his arms. I just feel like he's not, I just have a feeling in my mind he's going to come out even more flat than he was before. And then he's going to kind of smother the striking of Gane and push him up against the cage and try to get it done that way. However, that's my prediction. That's my opinion. That's all I have to say on this matter. UFC 285. It's a very good card. It's very exciting. Ian Gary's on the card. Very much looking forward to Ian Gary. I'm going to be live for it. So if you want to come and watch, I will be live streaming the fights, chatting away, telling you what's happening round by round. And yeah, I hope you all enjoy. Please subscribe. My last video got a lot of hate. You guys didn't like it, did you? Tommy Fury fanboys. Yeah, Tommy did the job, man. He barely did the job. Subscribe. See you all later.